affects you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I, from social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more, tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The people's voice. Make your voice count.
Evening, Africa. My name is Mamakore, actor, model, producer, and I'm giving a big shout out to VOP TV, man. Keep watching. Don't change the dial. Thank you and God bless you.
My name is AY, and of course, I represent the voice of the people, and that's why I'm on VOP. AY say so.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Miriam Tima from the Real Housewives of Lagos and the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Africa. Shout out to VOP, the voice of the people. You already know. Stay tuned, keep watching. And don't forget, VOP is the best.
All right, hello, it's a brother shagging the man fine back with Melanie Poppy Black Skin Boy. This is VOP TV. If you're not watching VOP, I don't know why you're watching. Maybe you're watching your weight.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Wale Ojo, and you're watching VOP, Voice of the People.
Hi, guys. You already know who it is. This is New Energy. Flyers, whatever, live it. Keep watching VOP TV. Thank you.
Hi, people. Jenny Albano here. Guys, please keep watching Voice of the People.
In a world where power shifts with every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not spin. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice.
From the views on the streets,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lawn.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Africa is on the move, a continent of rising voices, untold stories, and powerful transformations. From the streets of Lagos to the heart of Nairobi, from the mines of Congo to the tech labs of Cape Town, the African story is being written every day. Bold, dynamic, unstoppable. This is African News on Voice of the People Television. We don't just bring you the news. We analyze and bring you Africa's heartbeat, the politics that shapes our nations, the economies that drives our future, the cultures that defines who we are, the voice that must be heard. Africa News. Africa's.
Welcome back to the Political Lens right here on Voice of the People television. The Anambra state government has sealed the popular Nkwo Ogbe market in Ihiala local government area of the state over traders' refusal to open shops on Monday due to the sit-at-home in the southeast region. Confirming the development to reporters, the chairman of Ihiala local government area, Anayochukwu Ojiako, said that the market would remain closed for 1 week. Mr. Ojiako explained that the shutting down of the market would send a warning signal to traders, saying that the government had done everything within its powers to end the Monday sit-at-home, which was illegally declared by what he called the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. According to him, the Nkwo Ogbe market is the only market that has blatantly refused to open for business activities on Mondays. Mr. Ojiako stressed that the market would remain closed for the next week because the traders flouted the state government directives. Meanwhile, traders at Onitsha main market were left shocked and in distress on Sunday as Governor Chukwuma Soludo commenced demolition of the market despite a pending court order restraining any such action. According to eyewitnesses, security personnel, including military, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, and the private security operatives blocked access roads to the market from as early as midnight on Saturday, paving the way for the demolition exercise. By midday Sunday, portions of shops along Johnson Street and sections of the Gongoro structure had been pulled down. Traders recounted harrowing experiences as they tried to salvage their goods. Scavengers reportedly capitalized on the situation, acquiring iron structures and materials from the demolished shops at low prices, turning the demolition into a business opportunity. Security operatives have continued to barricade the market, preventing traders from entering, and the main market remains closed. Now joining us to actually discuss this situation in Anambra State, we have in the studio Mayor Echefu. He's a nationalist as well as a political and public affairs analyst. Good to have you here, sir. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
All right, then let's talk about Anambra State. On November 8, 2025, Anambra people went to the polls to vote for their preferred candidate, and they ended up returning Governor Chukwuma Soludo to be their governor for another 4 years. Based on what has been happening since January with the closure of the market and the way it seems like they are being forced to stop sitting at home despite the fears over escalation of insecurity and the directive by IPOB, would you say the people of Anambra State made a mistake?
The truth of the matter is that Governor Soludo is making a very grave mistake.
Not the people who voted for him.
Yes, not the people. Because if Nigeria is where people's vote counts, Governor Soludo will not try this nonsense he's doing. Because when people are not satisfied with you, they will vote you out. How can court give an order and Governor Soludo went ahead to demolish the shops and started with police and all this taxpayers' money? Governor Soludo is making a very serious mistake. He should adhere to the rule of law. INEC, all this problem is being caused by INEC. Look at what is happening today in House of Reps and Senate. We are the Senate, and the members of House of Reps are more interested in rigging the election than allowing the people to vote for their choice candidates. It's very, very unfair. I want you to support to talk to Governor Soludo. Please adhere to people's plea. Coming to market on Monday, you that is governor that is coming to market on Monday, you come to the market with a lot of security, civil defense, and the rest of them. The people, are you giving them enough security to protect them? We'll have cases by which some market leaders have lost their life in the course of this sit at home. If I have shop in one of these markets, I will not come to shop. Why? Because Governor even if they kill me, Governor Soludo will not protect my children tomorrow. His son children are abroad. His son is in abroad dancing Awilo in America. If his son if the Soludo son have shop in that Nkwo market, will Soludo allow his son to open his shop on Monday without adequate security?
Don't you think it's a low blow for you to refer to how his son is dancing abroad?
No.
His son is not the governor. The seat of the governor is not a family affair.
Where the son runs his own business. The government there adhere to rule of law. If the people have gone to court and court say, hold on, why are they demolishing the shops? I condemn it in totality. This is not democracy. Democracy is, government of the people, by the people and for the people. When the governor is doing something based on his own desire and what satisfies him, it's no longer the government of the by the people and for the people.
You know, we're talking about two separate issues here. First up, it's the closure of the market because they refuse to open on Mondays due to the sit at home. And the second is the demolition of markets. Some people believe that the reason for this demolition is, they want to build better structures. But they are saying, why should you demolish people's shops while their goods are still inside?
It's wickedness. It's pure wickedness.
So
look at Governor Soludo that the Anambrians rejoice over his victory in his first term.
So the governor is a wicked person.
He's showing his wickedness on the people of Anambra. It's unfair, very, very unfair. He shouldn't be treating traders in that manner. Governor Soludo cannot treat government workers in that manner. He cannot treat teachers in that manner. Why is he treating traders in that manner? And Anambra, the highest revenue Anambra State is from traders. He should respect them.
He said Anambra State was losing 8 billion naira every week due to the seat at home.
8 billion naira that Anambra State is losing. His personal investment is the people. The people that own this money, the people that got this business, said that their life is more important. Tell me how many people that these boys have killed that Governor Soludo have taken care of their families. Why is he interested in what makes him okay than considering what makes the people that is willing to be okay? It's pure wickedness. So Governor Soludo have derailed from what people expected from him. This was a man that when he said something, Anambra were rejoicing that we have seen people, not only Anambra, the whole Southeast. Today, Governor Soludo have turned to Ikabok. The glory have departed from him. Because if free and fair election is being conducted in Anambra this morning, Soludo will lose woefully.
Well, if you say this morning, I mean, the people are aggrieved, so that's understandable. But the elections that were conducted on November 8th, were they not free and fair? Are you saying Governor Soludo didn't rig his way in? Do people not love him?
Choma, listen, what Soludo is doing now, if I've done it before that election, he will lose the election. I have to tell you the gospel truth. These politicians are turning Nigeria to something else. Anybody who votes into power, get into the power, he turns to something else. How long are we going to continue in this manner? Look at our National Assembly, look at the senators. They are now interested to make laws, to allow them to rig elections, than making laws that make Nigerians vote to count. When are we going to get it right in this country?
You know, as much as...
How long are we going to continue this nonsense?
As much as I understand your emotions, you know, you're not happy with what is happening to the people. But some would say you should try to look at it from the governor's perspective. I mean, when you tell the people that I will ensure your security, it shows that they do not have faith in his administration.
Soludo,
and that's why they refuse to stop
Soludo as the governor. Anywhere you see Soludo, you will see civil defense. You will see military. You will see police. You will even see native doctors that are protecting him.
I want to believe you're joking with that.
No, listen.
He's been arrested and imprisoned native doctors because they are not licensed.
Listen. The politicians are the most people that patronize native doctors.
And Governor Soludo is one of them.
He has a native doctor.
But he's been arresting native doctors in the state.
He's not every native doctor. There's one native doctor in Anambra State. The one they called he's in the security now.
Maybe he's changed his ways.
I believe those native doctors, I don't want to talk about those native doctors today, but I think subsequently we are going to look into their issues. Okay. But what I'm telling you is that I want to make a point that Governor Soludo, wherever you see him, He has enough security to protect him. The people he's telling to come out on Monday, what security measures have you provided to protect them?
While we're talking about the security measures,
I want to remind you of. I want to remind you which are going to chamber. I want to remind you of one of the market leaders. I will remember the name of that market that opened his shop on Monday, and they came to pick him in his house. Up to today, the man have not returned. This is more than 5 years, more than 7 years. Up to today, the man have not returned. The family, even Governor Soludo, have not even seen fit to go to the family and look it after the family. The children are suffering today. The wife are suffering. The family are suffering because the breadwinner of the family have been taken away.
Would
anything, see, Anambarians, anything that will give you an opportunity to be alive, do it. Because if, unfortunately, they kill you in the process of you want to obey the governor, your own is gone. Your children will suffer. Your family will suffer.
With this whole issue of sit at home, it will look as if the people of Anambra State don't want it to end. Wouldn't you say they have a part to play in ensuring that these ends? Because we'll say the Igbo people are known for being industrious. Nobody wants to sit at home on the Monday.
To end sit at home is very, very simple.
Okay.
Nnamdi Kanu himself have said, end sit at home.
So the people who keep...
Listen, let me tell you, there are some people who is taking advantage of this at home to cause problem.
Okay.
Fish at these people. So that the innocent people will not fall victim of their activities. Fish at the crime committers. Not punishing the people who is afraid because of the consequences of opening their shops on Monday. Nobody, an Igbo man loves business. Igbo people love business. So anything that makes an Igbo man not to open his shop on Monday is a serious matter. The governor should look at the both sides. How many traders in Anambra State have the governor given loan to do business? I own my business, and because of my life, I said that if I come, people have been losing their life because of this. And I said, okay, let me save my life by staying at home. And it becomes a crime. In America, where Governor Soludo's son, whether America or London, where he stays, government obeys the rule of law. Today, you see what is happening in our country. From the federal government down to the state government, down to the local government chairman. Nobody wants to obey the rule of law. Then why are we making laws? Why are we making laws? You cannot obey the rule of law. Why are we voting when the people's vote will not count? Why are you governor when you will not listen to the plea of your people? I want to see all these governors in the next 4 years, 8 years, most of them will not be governor again. What will they tell the people? Some of this market that they are closing today, that they are pointing the people today, they will still come back to this market to ask them for one thing, one favor or the other in the future. So we must call a spade a spade. I will always stand on the side of the people. And I will always support the people. Because I believe that democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
All right, then let's move on from this particular conversation, not because it's not important, but because we have a limited time. Adamawa State Governor Amadu Fintiri has declared that no northerner should run for Nigeria's presidency in 2027. He stated this during an interview on national television, saying it is the turn of the South to lead and the region should complete its 8-year tenure in office if the country wants to move forward. Fintiri, who recently defected from the PDP to the APC, said that allowing the South to hold the presidency uninterrupted will ensure fairness and stability in national governance. Meanwhile, some Nigerians have been advocating for an end to this divide, saying instead that anyone who has the best interest of Nigerians should contest the presidency regardless of region or ethnicity. We still have with us in the studio to discuss this issue Mayor Echefu, a nationalist and public affairs analyst. Mayor, sir, this is not the first time that we are hearing the North-South agreement. Some people call it a gentleman's agreement. It's not in the Nigerian constitution. What the constitution says is, as long as you're a Nigerian, you satisfy all the requirements of running for presidency, you can go ahead and contest. But the political elites, the people who run the affairs, the political affairs in Nigeria, they seem to hold so tight to these tenets of the turn of the North, the turn of the South. But here is the question. We have a Southerner currently president of Nigeria. The last person was a Northerner. Many Nigerians say his administration was not exactly the best. But if they are still asking you, many will say return us to when Buhari was in power. Things are so difficult right now. And they believe that if President Tinubu should remain for another 4 years, things will become worse. Is there any Southerner that can undo what is currently going on, what we are seeing now, that can change Nigeria's economy in 4 years if President Tinubu is voted out?
Number one, Choma, President Tinubu did not win election in 2023.
Let's 2023 is past.
Listen.
That's
the man that won election.
But let's
the man that won election in 2023 was His Excellency P2B. And that P2B up till tomorrow.
That is a foregone conversation.
I said no. We are looking. You ask if there is still a Southerner who can do better than President Tinubu.
And then turn the economy around on his head.
President Tinubu is not ruling Nigeria. Nigeria is taking care of him at old age. You see what happened in Turkey. Are you proud for such man to be a president at this jet age?
The man is not exactly very young. I mean, if he slips and falls, that's a normal thing.
Listen, at his age.
Even me as a young person, I can slip and fall. So you holding him with that, it's a little low.
At his age, with all diversity in Nigeria, he don't supposed to be the president of Nigeria. Tinubu is no longer young. He's an old man.
Buhari was an old man.
You see where they have put Nigeria. Problem.
Listen, was also old.
During Jonathan regime, Nigeria
was old.
Listen, Yar'Adua was not old. During Jonathan regime, Nigerian economy was the best in Africa. The fastest growing economy in Africa was Nigerian economy. A young man who has the vision. You know, we are derailing. What we're talking about here is the North-South agreement. I'm coming. Yes, P2B is a Southerner.
Okay.
He can do better.
Rotimi Amechi is a Southerner.
Rotimi Amechi is a Southerner. He can do better. But right now, the man that has the Magna Charter to turn around Nigerian economy for better for Nigerians to begin to benefit from the diversity of the economy is P2B.
Does he have the support of the political elite that make things happen in Nigeria? Does he have the support of the North? Would Northerners vote for him? Because you would think that whatever party he belongs to will want to field a candidate. What
P2B needs to win election is Nigerian masses. Because politics is a game of number. How many politicians are in House of Reps? Tell me the number of members of House of Reps and Senate. Then you tell me the population of Nigerians. 85% of Nigerians is yielding for P2B to be the president because P2B is the man that has the Magna Charter to turn Nigerian economy.
How did you come about this percentage? How did you come about these statistics?
Because listen, P2B have turned to be the masses president. Everywhere he goes. You can see it, you can feel it.
No doubt he has some people who love him, but he's been losing followers.
What Fintri said.
Some people believe he's being cowardly.
What Fintri said, he's correct.
Do you think Fintiri is saying that because he loves Nigeria?
No, he's saying that
because he's waiting for the turn of the North.
God can speak through the mouth.
This is a man who recently defected from PDP to APC.
God can speak even through the mouth.
That's in the interest of his people.
God can speak even through the mouth of a camel. God can use the worst man to speak, to say the truth and communicate to people. He defected to APC. He's not saying vote for Tinubu. He said this is allow the Southerners to complete their remaining 4 years. And the man from Southerner who got himself there that Nigerians did not vote for. This is the end of his 4 years. Now the Southerners, we want a man that has the credibility to lead Nigeria to a new Nigeria. And that man is P2B.
All right. You are advocating strongly for a man who is a member of the African Democratic Congress, a coalition of Nigerians who say that they want to remove Nigeria from the
Nigerians.
Do you see him getting the ticket of the ADC? Because Atiku is there, and many people are saying Atiku
is from the north.
Yes.
And the Northerners, if they will tell themselves the truth, if Atiku will tell himself the truth, he should step down and support P2B. This is the right thing to do. They should stop continue to destroy this country.
So he should shelve his own ambition.
Yes, he should shelve. Peter Obi, it's only 4 years. Peter Obi will tell Nigeria and make the whole world know that Nigeria still have a man that is credible. Nigeria still have a man that obeys rule of law. Nigeria still have a man that can stand before the whole world and say, go and verify. No other politician can say that in Nigeria except Peter Obi.
Mayor, here is one thing, right? You're talking about integrity. That is understandable. But the man you are advocating for is in a party where there is so much ambition that it blinds one. You don't even know who these people will choose.
If their ambitions is not to give the most credible candidate the ticket, it now shows that their ambitions is criminal ambitions.
All right. Due to the Electoral Act amendment that was passed by the National Assembly and signed into law by President Tinubu, every political party is mandated to submit a digital register of all their members, and they've been given a timeline to do that. It doesn't look like Peter Obi will get the ticket of the ADC, with other heavy political stalwarts in that party, specifically Atiku Abubakar, who has been contesting in every election cycle for many years now. You don't expect him to just shelve his ambition for Peter Obi. If that happens, I believe people like you will be happy, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. But here is where I'm going. The window for Obi to move to another party, if he doesn't get that ticket, because he has said it over and over again, I don't want to be vice president, I want to be president. If he doesn't get the ticket of the ADC, it will be difficult for him to move to another party, because by then, everyone would have registered digitally, the window will be closed, and there is no presidential ticket for him.
ADC will give Obi the ticket.
Are you a member of the ADC?
I believed.
Are you a member of the ADC?
I'm a nationalist. I believed that.
If you're giving us inside school, that's a different thing. Listen. That's understandable.
Listen, Choma. ADC, coming together of those political, how will I put them? Political interest. The most important interest among all of them should be equity and justice. And who will benefit, who deserve to benefit from this equity and justice? It's Peter Obi. It's an Igbo man. Igbo man have not become president for a very long time in Nigeria. If ADC is building the coalition based on equity, Peter Obi is the rightful man. Then go and look at his records. Look at his records. Look at everything around him, his character. A man that become governor in Anambra State, when Anambra is nowhere to find in WAEC, and he's living as governor, Anambra become number 1 in WAEC. Look at the kind of things he do. It shows that if you give him 4 years to rule Nigeria, he had the Magna Charta.
You know, this
to turn Nigeria economy around for better.
This particular topic we're talking about, it's not about advocating for Peter Obi. From all indications, you've shown that he's your preferred candidate. But there are other Southerners. He's just one man.
Let me tell you.
We allow President Tinubu to completely senior.
President Tinubu have not done well. President Tinubu have failed. President Tinubu have failed woefully. When you say a man have failed, President Tinubu is like a man who fell from 20-story building. He failed woefully. He met 1 bag of rice at what price? Why am I voting for him? Is it because of the insecurity that increased by 40%? Is it the level of corruption and impunity that is going on? Look at what is happening today. We have a National Assembly, a Senate that is not interested to make the law that ordinary Nigerians can be proudly to vote, and their vote will count. They are busy fighting the demand of the Nigerian people.
You know, one of the most important conversations we should be having is the readiness of the opposition. It's not just about saying it's the turn of the North, it's the turn of the South. What is the readiness of the opposition? It's almost as if they didn't see all these loopholes that the APC and INEC, it seems, has been throwing in their way. First up, now they're talking about digital registration. All your members must register digitally for us to know that you are serious. Then they talked about, direct or indirect primaries. They passed something else with this Electoral Act as well. Like, there is a whole lot of loopholes. Is Peter Obi himself ready? Because a lot of people look at him and say he's not playing the politics of mudslinging like others are playing. What is he doing as an opposition? What kind of criticism is he giving to this current administration? It's not just about coming on Twitter to tweet. Is he hitting the streets? Is he doing it the way the APC did it when they were in the opposition? Does he really have the temerity? Does he have not just the clout, but I really don't want to say the word that's in my mind, but does he have that strong mind to be president of Nigeria, to play the politics that the APC
P2B is more consumed by what he wants to do for Nigerians than he must be the president.
Do you think Nigerians are convinced by what he's doing?
Yes, of course.
If Nigerians are convinced, we still have a lot of people who support the present administration.
Let me tell you,
the obedient of being bigots and wanting to force Peter Obi down the throat of all Nigerians.
Anybody who is supporting this current federal government led by APC, go and look at that person. Something is wrong with that person.
They have the right to their own.
That person is a wicked man. Not only that, he's a wicked man, he doesn't love this country.
Mayor Chefu, please, let's not go there, all right? Because some people would say the same thing about you as a supporter of Peter Obi. They would say you are not trying to advocate for the best person for the job. They would say that you're advocating for someone who did nothing as the governor of Anambra State. They've been saying that.
No. See, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Do you know why I love Peter Obi? Do you know why I love that man? Right? His character, his quality, they have defined him.
Okay, so
Peter Obi, listen, Peter Obi, among the whole governors that this country have produced, Peter Obi is the only governor who, after his tenure, he invited EFCC, come and verify me, come and check me.
Okay.
And when Peter Obi is telling you, I do this, I do this, I do that, he will tell you, go and verify. That's why I love him so much. He's a man, Peter Obi is the only man that have the economic magnet charter to turn this country around.
Do you think he's been strategic in his choices? He joined the ADC knowing fully well that Atiku was there and Atiku has his ambition. He joined the ADC knowing fully well that they had the Rotimi Amechis, the El-Rufais and others. Do you think El-Rufai is a member of ADC because he indeed wants to bring a new dispensation into Nigeria, or just because he's been carrying the hurt and the pain of being rejected as a minister? Because he could have been the Taiwo Oyedele that was appointed today. He could have been the Wale Edun. He could have been the Adebayo Adelabu that we have today. And he would be supporting this government with all his chest.
Listen, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. Bible said all things work for good for them that love God.
Okay, then.
El-Rufai, first off with Tinubu, it's not by mistake. Even accident don't happen by accident. El-Rufai, they were among the people that put Nigeria in this problem today. And thank God, he turned around in time to say, no, I have made this mistake. God, forgive me. Let me correct it now that I'm alive. And because of that U-turn he did, that is the persecution he's going through today. So, I believe that ADC, these great men, they come together that because what APC-led federal government is doing to Nigerians is unfair. Choma, can you travel now to East? Do you know how much it costs to travel from here to East? Very, very unfair.
All right, let's move on to our final topic this evening. Because of our time, President Bola Tinubu has named Mr. Taiwo Oyedele as the new Minister of State for Finance. His appointment replaces Dr. Doris Anita Uzoka, who has been redeployed to the Ministry of Budget and National Planning as the Minister of State. The change marks the third ministerial posting for Dr. Anita Uzoka since the inauguration of the current administration. The president formally transmitted Oyedele's nomination to the Senate for screening and confirmation. The letter was addressed to Senate President Godswill Akpabio today. Until his nomination, he served as chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms. In that role, he coordinated major reviews of Nigeria's tax structure.
See, let me tell you.
You're not even waiting for me to land. It's like you have a whole lot to say.
Yeah,
because
80% of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's ministers have failed.
They failed?
Yes.
You're not even giving this man the benefit of the doubt.
He coordinated
the controversial tax reform.
Listen. With tax reform.
You don't think he will perform as
you keep borrowing money. Other African countries are running away from France. You are bringing France to come and be collecting our tax. He said you are doing tax reform.
So you're not happy about
what is the positive effect on our economy on this tax reform? What they keep is borrowing money every day. I use it to renovate Aso Rock. He did not renovate Aso Rock. They will renovate Vice President Lodge. He did not. They will buy yacht. He did not buy yacht. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what is wrong with Africans. I don't know.
Let's take it a little easy. I understand your
I don't know.
As a Nigerian,
See,
I understand.
Today, listen. If you go to hospital, if you go to hospital today, 2 days, you spend more than 400,000 in the hospital.
Private or government?
Private hospital. You know, doctors are running away every day to Canada, America, and the rest of it because they are not being taken care of.
I would like us to actually focus on the appointment of Taiwo Oyedele. Do you not think is deserving of that position?
Okay.
Or is it because a lot of people say, oh, some of the people who are working with the president, he's been nepotistic in his appointments. These are Lagos boys. These are Southwesterners. Why can't he appoint other people? What is the problem with this appointment?
Whether you are a Lagos boy or you are a Kaduna boy, what Nigerians need from you is credibility and quality.
You don't think Taiwo Oyedele is credible?
Of character.
Don't you think he's credible? I mean, he did what he could with the tax reforms. He introduced new ways of collecting tax. In fact, the revenue service was incorporated.
He introduced a fraudulent way of collecting tax from Nigerians without benefits. Is that worth celebrating? A man who is in what they are interested in, taxing Nigerians, collecting money from Nigerians without Nigerians benefiting anything from the money they are collecting from Nigerians. Are you not living in this country? Choma, are you living in the moon? Choma, are you living in the moon? Are you not living in this country? In fact, this country, see, let me tell you, they have even animal farm now. There's equity in animal farm than Nigeria. Look at what happened. When Frank Mba was supposed to be the IG of the police, he was retired and promoted this, who is a junior officer. It's appalling. It's too bad. I can't celebrate such an appointment.
The president has the prerogative to appoint anyone who he believes can do the job better.
We are the federal character.
That's the reason why he's the president.
We are the federal character. We are the federal character. Choma, we are the federal character. The president APC have destroyed this country. Why did he all the ones he did? They will tell us that snakes swallow money. They will tell us this. After that, President took over. And he have done worse than what President Buhari did. How can you look at President Tinubu today? People are saying that President Buhari, who did not go to school, is better than President Tinubu, who is an accountant, who claims to be the builder of Lagos. It's very appalling.
All right.
It's too bad.
What do you want from President Tinubu? I understand he's the president of the country. A lot of Nigerians expect him to stabilize the economy, deal with insecurity and all of that.
Listen,
but you seem to have your mind set on him.
If President Tinubu believes that he has done well, he should allow mandatory transmission of electoral results.
The Electoral Act has already been
No. The presidency influenced the Electoral Act. And the presidency also influenced the Senate decision and the House of Rep decision. So they passed the Electoral Act in a fraudulent way that shouldn't be. And it will not stand. Nigerians have to rise and say, condemn what is bad. Evil is evil. No matter who did it. You must give Nigerians the opportunity to decide who becomes their governor, who becomes their president, who becomes their member of House of Reps. Nigerians are not asking for much. We are not asking for much. We are only asking for, allow us, if I want you to be my president, if I vote for you, I will look at my phone and see that my vote counts. So why are they insisting, sponsoring members of the House and Senate to make sure they take decision against the will of Nigerians? They should remember that they will not live on this earth forever. They should remember that tomorrow people will remember them by what they have done. Look at people that have gone to House of some of the people that is in House of Reps, they don't even know the number of votes that take them to House of Reps because they lose in the polling booth and they rig themselves to the House of Reps.
President Bola Tinubu is on his way to winning again in 2027, according to the APC, their chairman, their party members, and even the people who are defecting. Everyone in Edo State, Governor Monday Okpebolo does not relent in reminding Nigerians that Edo State will give
So
the APC is gearing up to win again, and the opposition looks like they are sleeping.
No, anybody
so
see
your candidate
the level
lose if it doesn't sit up.
The number of votes President Tinubu will get in 2027 election will determine the number of fools we have in Nigeria.
Let's not go there. These are fellow Nigerians. You're not allowed to call them names, all right?
My dear, we are not. You did not come from the moon.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying you can pass your opinion across without using insulting words on Nigeria. These are people who want to vote their own conscience.
I tell you, anybody who don't want good thing for Nigeria, anybody who don't want good thing to happen to Nigerians, he's an evil person.
So President Bola Tinubu is not a good thing.
It's not a good thing that happened to Nigeria. It's a wrong thing that happened to Nigeria. A president that cannot allow electoral reform that will affect the public, Nigerians in a positive way. A president that take one bag of rice from 35,000 naira to 100,000. A president that met fuel and immediately of inauguration, people were coming out from inauguration and they buy for 1,000 naira. What can I continue to mention? Should I continue to tell you? I ask you yourself, is it in your heart? Are you happy that these people, this kind of leadership is leading our country? Chioma,
I can hear you.
Are you happy? Can you be proud to if you go to America?
I can hear you.
Or go anywhere, or go any country, and you be proud that this is my president, that he's doing well.
Nigeria.
Where did President Tinubu meet the economy?
And he's doing
with all his appointees.
But when we talk about political permutations and machinations, it's not about coming to shout and vituperate on national TV. What are you doing to help your candidates before the 2027 election comes? How are you preaching the gospel of Peter Obi to the people?
I will continue.
What is Peter Obi himself doing to ensure that he wins in 2027?
Peter Obi, you can attest to it that Peter Obi has been everywhere. Showing his quality, talking to people, letting them, assuring them that he's the best. I will always remain the best. Let me tell you something. One final question before we go, because we actually have to go. In 2023, he talked about we know they give shishi. Is it time for him to start giving out the shishi? Politics.
Talk to Nigerians in a language that they understand.
Listen, politics is not all about money. Politics is all about quality. Peter Obi what he means that we know they give shishi is that he cannot buy votes.
Okay.
Are you listening to me? And people followed him by his quality. Today, he's being celebrated everywhere in Nigeria. People have shared the political scape of Nigeria by the standard of his quality. Today, you see so many people in House of Reps who did not spend up to 50 million to be there. It doesn't used to be like that before. It's P2B. It's quality. It's credibility. It's a man that we can look up to and say, this man has something to offer. I will say it again, and I'll say it again, I'll say it again. P2B is the only man that has the Magna Charta to change Nigerian economy to be the best. Unlike when you're talking about revival, right. That guy is something else. Any day that guy become the governor of Lagos State, you will see the kind of new Lagos you will see.
All right, then. It's up to Nigerians to make the choice that would change their future. So my advice to you would be, it's not just about coming to talk about your candidate. Yes, you're talking to Nigerians, they can hear you, but you also have to do the groundwork. And also, if you can find a way to advise your candidate to play the kind of politics that Nigerians understand.
Federal government and House of Reps and Senate should allow Nigerian masses vote to count in 2027.
All right, then. We have to go. We have to go, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being a part of the Political Lens this evening. I do appreciate you.
God bless.
God bless you too. All right, Nigerians, This has been the Political Lens and Voice of the People television. Thank you for joining us today. The Political Lens will make a return, same time, same station tomorrow. Remember to do what you can to make Nigeria better in your own little corner of the world. My name is Chioma Innocent. Enjoy the rest of your day.
To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy.